Now, I wanted to talk about roller coaster launches and how to really perfect a roller coaster launch. In this video, we're going to be looking at different roller coasters, and roller coasters are some of the best launches of all time. And personally, my favorite manufacturer and easily the best manufacturer at launches. No, not Premier Rides. No, not S&S, even though I don't even think they make launches. I'm talking about the one and only Intamin. Now, Intamin is really known for making some of the best launches. It's their specialty. Obviously, I like them as my favorite manufacturer. Maybe I'll make a video on that, but they really specialize in everything. But their main thing they're really good at is launches. If you saw the first 3 clips of launches that were in the beginning, were all Intamin. King Dakar is the second fastest roller coaster in the world. Velocicoaster's launch is easily the biggest moment of the ride. It's such a spectacle that they create with that ride, with the giant raptor paddock around it and the raptor noises, and it really builds up to make a really good launch, and then a really good second launch when you launch out again out of a paddock into a really big 150-foot drop. Maverick with all these amazing airtime hills, twists, turns, violent elements, but the launch is easily probably one of my favorite parts because it's such in a dark space and the build-up is amazing. So let's talk about the first biggest thing to perfect a launch, and that is now spectacle on any ride is important, but specifically for launches, it's really important. Now keep in mind, lift hills build up the nervousness and build up that feeling in your stomach when you're getting butterflies before you plunge into the drop in the layout. But launches have to just go right in it, so you can't really build that anticipation. So that's why a lot of rides need to put a spectacle and a show just so that the launch is really good, because some launches mock aren't really the best. Yeah, they're pretty weak. But some of my favorite examples of this are like Top Thrill Dragster with the seats around the entire thing with the giant what is it, like the sign thingy. There's a spectacle, then you have the voiceover. It's just a really good spectacle. Maverick is good in the sense that it's in a completely dark area and you just randomly just zoom through 70 miles per hour. Velocicoaster is also an amazing example. Terran's another one. And while the next one is a family coaster, Hagrid's also does it really well with the rock work and obviously the theming. But that's less of an example. But yeah, so these are some really good examples of great spectacles on launches, and I think really that comes down to theming. A good launch can be like lots of like rock work around the place, or maybe it could be in a completely dark tunnel. My favorite is like when it's in a dark tunnel, because you never know when it's gonna hit. Another example that I really like is Rip Ride Rocket, with the Aerosmith blasting in your ears and the cool sign that changes, and then when it says get ready to rocket, and then you just shoot into that dark tunnel. I love dark tunnels as launch like previews or spectacles because they really add intensity and nervousness, and since it's enclosed, it's more intense obviously. But also theming around the launch is also amazing. Example, Dragster or Terran is really well themed in general, but it's really also on the launch. There's a lot of theming. So that is my opinion on spectacle.